Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? This is your girl, Crunk Girl 711, bringing you a My Music Saturdays video. Haven't brought one in a while since, I think the Grammys. But this one right here, I had to do. Um, Basically, MTV put out their hottest MCs, list for 2013, and it's very controversial and everything like that. The list is always controversial. Everybody and their mama always debates on who they feel is the top 10 hottest rapper right now. And what people don't get is it's not about lyrics all the time when they do this list. They have a criteria, and it's lyrics. Lyrics are a big part of it, but it's not always because you have lyrics does not mean you're the hottest. Um, Basically, they go off lyrics, your style, sales, your impact, your buzz in the streets, and your intangibles. Um, and that's one of the huge things about this list. They don't just go off of lyrics, because if they went off of lyrics, half the people on this list wouldn't be on here. Um, but I'm just gonna go down the list from number 10 to number 1, and I'm gonna tell y'all what I think about the list, and I'm gonna tell y'all what my list is. So basically, the honorable mentions were French Montana and Pusha T. The gripe with Pusha T basically was that even though he did a couple of features, he did a couple of features. He was on New God Flow with Kanye, and he was on Mercy. You know what I'm saying? He was on a couple tracks on Cool Summer album. He kind of got outshined in a sense, but his verses were dope. But it was like he got outshined on the tracks. In Wrath of Cain, his mixtape, it came out too late. Okay. Now French Montana was actually on the list at first, and then they pushed him to honorable mention because he doesn't have enough body of work. He just has basically two singles. He has Pop That with the little Uncle Luke joint, uh, and he has one more out. It's like a little club joint. You know what I'm saying? But the Mac and Cheese mixtape, he put that out, but he doesn't have like a body of work, which is the reason why they didn't put him on the list at all. They moved him down from number 10 spot. This is the same thing that they did 2 Chainz, I think, last year, which is why I'm kind of happy 2 Chainz made this list. He's not the most lyrical in the building, but the guy is hot right now. You people can't deny that he's not hot. But French Montana did not make the list. They moved him from the 10th spot, and they moved Meek Mill right there. Um, Meek Mill had a hell of a year last year, 2012. He dropped Dream Chasers. He had Amen out. He had House Party. House Party was like the very end of 2011, early 2012. Dropped Amen. Um, he had a couple features that he did. He was on T.I. album. He was on the Game album, Jesus Peace. He was on what else album was he on? He was on the Good Music compilation album. Not Good Music. I said Good Music compilation album. He was on the Maybach Music compilation album. Self Made. Well, yeah, he had a couple nice verses on there. He was on Rick Ross, God Forgives I Don't album, and he was also on what other? He was on the mixtape Rich Forever, and he also dropped his own his album Dreams and Nightmares. And a lot of people ask, why isn't Meek Mill top 5? Meek Mill cooled down. He cooled down a lot. Specifically, he cooled down maybe, I say, the very last 5 months of the year. You didn't really hear nothing about Meek Mill. His album kind of weakened because his album was not as good as everybody thought it was going to be. To me, it lacked a lot of depth. It wasn't. To me, Dream Chasers 2 sounded better than the Dreams and Nightmares, the album, and I'm just being real. And it's not always about the party tracks and about him screaming, which I do kind of get sort of tired of. There are lyrics there, you know what I'm saying, but it's like your flow is so crazy where he just be spitting and just nah 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 nah. It's like we can't hear what you're saying because you're screaming. You know what I'm saying? Um, Party track wise, he's crazy. He can go lyrical if he wants to. He just has to get the full body of work together. Dreams and Nightmares is not what I thought he was gonna be putting out, and hopefully his sophomore album he pushes it. And Dream Chasers 3 is supposed to drop I think next month. So hopefully Meek Mill does his thing this year, and maybe next year he's gonna be up higher on the list. And also the Cassidy beef really pushed him down because Cassidy bust that nigga ass. I'm just saying. Um, Number 9, Future. And a lot of y'all was like, what the fuck? Why the fuck is he on this list? He can't rap. All this other shit. Future seriously had a good year last year. Not sales wise though, cause Pluto, like basically a whole album, he did not do well in sales. I think he sold less than, I forgot how much. He didn't sell that. It was a flop. But singles wise, the guy killed the singles. Same damn time. He also dropped Never Ever with Kelly Rowland, and which was actually on the first album Pluto, and then they repackaged it with two or three new songs with Kelly Rowland on it, which actually made the song even better. Never Ever. Also had what else did he put out last year? So he had a bunch of damn songs, man. He got No Love right now. He was on We In This Bitch with not DJ Khaled, DJ Drama. Um, he was on some more songs. I just can't think of them right now. But Future had a fucking huge year. Um, and that he's the guy that everybody's going to for hooks. He's getting on a couple of he was on Game album. He was on I Remember. He was on the hook, and he also put a verse on that thing. And also he put out Turn Out the Lights. Turn Out the Lights really pushed him to the forefront. Like that was a top 5 single. He's more of a singles type of guy. He's not a body of work. But I'm looking forward to listening to Future Hendrix to see if he steps his game up. Cause hook wise, the man is just the hook guy. He's the guy everybody getting for hooks. And plus he just did a thing with Rihanna. I can't stand the song, but hey, it's on the radio. He's getting money. He's getting paid off that shit. He's doing some more stuff with some other artists, but I understand why they put Future on the list. And actually, he's on my list too. But the only reason why he's on my list because he's hottest right now. It's not always about the lyrics when it came to the list. You know what I'm saying? Because if it came to the lyrics, and most of the people I would have put on my list weren't hot. And when it comes to like everything that I put down, like the buzz wise and everything like that. Number 8, ASAP Rocky. ASAP Rocky did his thing last year. Fucking Problems, crazy. Even though he did get outshined a little bit by Drake. Drake and Kendrick, like Kendrick had arrived on that shit. Like niggas was like, what? Fuck K-Dot can do a song and it can be a radio hit. But ASAP basically put out Long Live ASAP, the album. Put that out 2013. But it had already leaked and it still went number 1 on the charts when he put it out. So I commend him for that. Also, ASAP also put out One Train, which had crazy features on it. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick, Anson Bronson, Danny Brown. He had Kendrick on there, and he had to me, in my opinion, the guy who actually did Yellow Wolf, and the guy at the end who just put that thing together and just tore it out down the frame. Like Big Crit just killed that One Train. I'm sorry. If anybody say he did not have the best verse on that shit, you are fucking lying to yourselves. Also ASAP, when it comes to hip hop culture, it's all about your dress. And ASAP is really like on front of Vogue and shit like that. So ASAP number 8 is a good spot for him right now. It was debatable between him and Big Sean, but in my opinion, Big Sean had a crazier year than ASAP. He also had a couple features. He was on T.I. album. He was on a couple other albums, and also he was going the alternative route. I can't remember what songs he was on. He was on a couple of other that wasn't dealing with hip hop, so that's cool. Number 7 on their list, Kanye West. Kanye West was debatable to the point like some didn't want to put him on there because he really didn't do much. After Cool Summer, he cooled off. Only thing you really heard about Kanye was his rants and Kim Kardashian being pregnant and all this other shit. Wasn't really done music wise coming out from Kanye. He was doing his fashion line in Paris, and they kind of penalized it for that. Kanye West is absolutely a humongous lyricist. He is nice, but did he do enough last year to be the hottest MC of for right now? I don't think so. Kanye didn't really put out that many tracks that he killed on because Click he didn't kill. I think Big Sean killed that. He certainly did not have the best verse on Mercy. In my opinion, he went far left on that song, and 2 Chainz and Big Sean killed that hoe, and Pusha T too. Like everybody outshined him on there. Um, and the cold summer, I mean cold summer, cruel summer joint. It was not as good as everybody thought it was gonna be. And also they came out with was it Click, Mercy, and New God Flow was crazy. I can't say that with Pusha T and him. That shit was hot. But other than that, what did Kanye really do? Kanye West, like lyrically wise, with his whole body of work, more than 2012, to me he is better than a lot of people on the list. But it's not that the way they did the list is not about your whole body of work from then to now. It's about what you did for us right now, what you did in 2012. He really didn't do much. Um, Number 6, Big Sean. Now this is where I have a huge argument because Big Sean had an incredible year. Big Sean was fucking everywhere, man. Big Sean had a huge year. His mixtape Detroit came out crazy. He had a lot of joints on there. It was just incredible. He was featured on everything. He's on All That Lady, on Game's album. He's on where else is he at? He was all up and through that Good Music compilation album. He just murdered every song he got on last year. Feature wise, he was just crazy. So I really feel like he had a bigger year, which is the reason why they put him ahead of Kanye. He just had a bigger year. And I feel like, in my opinion, Sean is higher on my list. Um, Drake. Drake is number 5. Drake, I think he had like, out of the top 10 songs that came out in 2012, he was on like 6 or 7 of them. All features, and most of the people he did features with and had high, like No Lie, and other songs like that were people he went on tour with. So he basically made money off of that, and he only dropped one single, and that Started From the Bottom, and he dropped that late in the year, and I mean not late in the year, early this year, but it's in the calendar year, so it counts. It's from March the 3rd of last year to March the 3rd this year. I think that's how they do it. It's basically the calendar year from that day they voted, from the last year they voted. So the way it goes, Drake made the list off of features alone, and I understand why. But the thing about it is, if you say that, then Future needs to be higher then, because he did the same thing that Drake did. Even though Drake is a way better lyricist, way better than Future, both of their everything they did is the same, except for sales wise, because Drake's album Take Care did way more sales. But in my opinion, it still was a shitty ass album. He was singing too goddamn much. Drake can rap. We know he can rap. The nigga just singing, and I'm tired of hearing that shit. I'm ready to hear comeback season Drake. Where the hell did that nigga go? When he come back and it's So Far Gone, nigga, when that nigga come back, y'all let me know so I'll buy a Drake out. And he's not even on my list, to be honest with you. Drake is not even on my list. But I can't take nothing away from Drake. Drake is an incredible artist. But in 2012, you heard his name, but it was just like lukewarm here, then hot, then lukewarm here, then hot. Like, it was just too much iffy shit. Number 4, my boy Nostradamus, Nasir Jones, Nas. Nas made it to the number 4 spot, and I'm happy he did, because this is the first time in 8 years. This is the 8th time that they've done this list, and he wasn't on any of them. And this is the first time he's been on the list. And people are like, he should be number 1 because he's the most lyrical, and then it's not always about who's the most lyrical. Nas, basically, his album was like so fucking good that people had to play that album and digest that shit. As a matter of fact, he came out with one of the best songs of 2012, like top 3 songs of 2012, which was Daughters. Daughters was an incredible song. The visuals were there. Like he came in with a CD. I felt that he came with a CD that basically told a story. It was all Nas. He wasn't trying to be nothing that he wasn't trying to be 2 Chainz or trying to be Rick Ross. He was being Nas. He told stories. He chose beats that people really didn't like, but it fit him because he doesn't care about beats like that. He doesn't care about the #1 beats in America. Like he doesn't. He picks beats like very very cautiously, and I understand why. To me, this is one of his best albums. This is the best album I have heard from Nas since Stillmatic, um, and that's saying a lot. That is saying a whole lot. Considering he's one of the best lyricists to ever do it. You know what I'm saying? He's in my top 5 of rappers of all time. So to say that his album was basically one of the best albums I had heard in a minute is crazy. Um, and I'm so happy Nas made it. And also, for me, Nas really he goes into his life, but not like he did on this one. He talked about like on Bye Bye Baby, he talked about his divorce, tax issues, his family, friends dying. Like he talked about he talked about like maybe the 25 and up type of people, 30 and up, but he still appealed to the younger audience because he's just that ill. Um, so yeah, Nas #4, and he was on my list as well, but I put him a little higher. Okay, #3, Rick Ross. Rick Ross did his thing this year, but I don't think he was #3, and he's not on my list either. Rick Ross came out with an incredible mixtape, Rich Forever, at the beginning of the year. Um, then he dropped the Good Music compilation album. I keep saying Good Music. Maybach Music compilation album. Self Made 2. He kind of got outshined on there. I will say Wale and Meek Mill outshined him. Even Gunplay outshined him a little bit. Kendrick really outshined the whole damn tape. Kendrick Lamar had the best album on that whole tape, and he's not even a part of Maybach Music. Then he dropped the mixtape where he was jacking beats basically. I didn't like it. I thought Rich Forever was a complete mixtape and it was way better. Um, so he dropped that. Then he dropped God Forgives I Don't. And to me, it wasn't that good. I still feel like Triller is still his best album. Teflon Don was better than that album. And I forgot the name of that other album. There's another album before that I thought Triller and that album were his best albums to date. Can't think of the name of it now. It's not Port of Miami, not the first one. It's the third album. But Teflon Don was a way better album than God Forgives I Don't. Rich Forever, I would have saved Rich Forever and made that an album, and that shit would have caught flames. Um, Rick Ross signed major deal, got his own company basically, Maybach Music Group. He signed Meek Mill, signed Wale, Gunplay. He signed Staley. He got a lot of heat over there. But I understand why they put him at that high, but I don't think he should have been that high. His mixtape alone was crazy, but other than that, I really didn't see much. He got in trouble with the GDs in North Carolina, so I don't know if he's gonna be doing any shows there. He got shot at, almost killed. Like Rick Ross needs to slow it up a little bit, cause fucking with them G's in North Carolina gonna get his damn head blew off. But he better niggas say he better cut that check, and they meant that shit. Um, okay, the most controversial person on this list, other than Future, is 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz drops in at #2, aka Titty Boy. Okay, I'm from the South, y'all know this, but I listen to everything. Everybody on this list, I have listened to everything they put out last year and the last few years. I remember 2 Chainz, well, Titty Boy, when he came out with Duffel Bag Boy, with Lil Wayne. That's how long I've been on him. I've been on it with Cody and Cowboy 2. I didn't buy True Religion, but I heard it. And also the mixtape before that. And I will say this: He did not get on the list last year because he didn't have a body of work. But this year, that nigga just was swinging left and right with every kind of single you can think of. This guy hit you with Birthday Suit, hit you with No Lie. He hit you with He's on a song with B Smith. He's on a song with he's on All Go Everything remix. He's on shit. He's on every goddamn thing. He performed on the MTV Awards. He did pretty good sales with his album. His mixtapes is bumping in the streets right now. Club wise, 2 Chainz is all over that thing. Just like Future. 2 Chainz really proved himself this year, and like T.I. say, if this basically if True Religion jumped off, he was gonna be kicking ass, and he really kicked ass. Start a Riot, he dropped that. It's another song he dropped too. T.I. featured on it and did a remix for it. Crazy, like y'all know I play everything, I listen to everything, but 2 Chainz really deserved this spot. He may not be the best lyrical, but I'd be goddamn if he didn't do his thing this year. So number 2 spot is well deserved. I'm not gonna tell you where I put him on my list, but he is in the top 5. And the number 1 guy that they put on that list, Kendrick Lamar, the motherfucking king of LA. Man, well, I say the prince, but the nigga really, in my opinion, showed everybody why lyrics do matter. Like death does matter. Like everything matters when it comes to music, when it comes to lyrics, how you portray stuff, and your wordplay, your flow, all that shit does matter. It doesn't always have to matter about what you got on, what you're wearing. It always doesn't matter about that. The intangibles sometimes don't matter. It's all about the core audience you're trying to go after. And Kendrick Lamar set a bar very, very high for albums with Good Kid, Mad City. Good Kid, Mad City is one of the best albums I've heard in the last 10 years. You know, I'm 24, so that means I've like since I was 14. Yeah, that album from top to bottom is one of the best albums conceptually that I have heard in a minute. And I was like, yo, when I first heard this guy in like '08, '07, and he was going out, he put out I forgot the name of the mixtapes. He had 2 mixtapes out, and then he put out Section 80. And a lot of people thought Section 80 was like new, and I'm like, no, I heard this guy before. I know Kendrick Lamar, and like Kendrick Lamar just is one of those guys that he's very lyrical. He has flow, wordplay, he has charisma, but he can also get on tracks like the ASAP Rocky joint, Fucking Problem, and still kill that bitch and still be radio friendly, which is something that all more artists are going to probably be doing. He's going to open up doors for artists who are actually lyrical. I can't wait to hear what J-Rock going to do from over there with Black Hippie, my boy Ab-Soul, like, you know what I'm saying, cats like that, and also bring over a whole crop of new artists that actually can fucking write, is fucking nasty in the booth, and is just crazy. So yeah, that was MTV's hottest MCs list for 2013. Just gave it to y'all, and now I'm gonna give y'all my list, and y'all tell me what y'all think. First off, Kendrick Lamar is number 1, not without a doubt. Number 2 was Nas. I think Nas proved himself. Number 3 was 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz proved himself. Number 4, Big Sean. Big Sean's my dude. Since like '07, I actually met Big Sean at Benedict College. If y'all didn't know, when he really wasn't nobody, and a guy named Eric told me about this guy, and I fell in love with him ever since. Number 5 was T.I. A lot of people did not like Trouble Man, but Trouble Man was a great album, and the guy killed remixes. This nigga's so conceited, he don't even think his shit's but T.I. killed that shit last year. Number 6, ASAP Rocky, without a doubt, had a great album. Crazy fashion, everything about him is just crazy. Number 7, I put Drake. I didn't want to put him in it, but I said he did 7 out of 10 top 10 lists, crazy. Kanye West, number 8. I put Future in number 9, but Future could fall to honorable mention. It's just on how you put it. And number 10, I put Joey Badass. Joey Badass got a freaking. He basically got a two crazy mixtapes, with the Rejects, and he got 1999. Also, he had the Pro Era, Pro Apocalypse. That's how you say it, the mixtape with him, Capital Steez, and a couple more cats from Pro Era. Um, he got a freaking clothing line deal with Mark Echo. Um, he's gotten signed. I think he freaking wrecked the one train with ASAP Kendrick and the rest of those folks. Um, and also he got in a little beef with Lil B. He murdered him on the Janet joint, which is kind of hot. He had a pretty good year last year. But he could switch out with Meek Mill. The only reason I put Meek Mill honorable mention, I ain't even front, was the Cassidy thing. That's really what pushed me over the edge. Like, and his album was trash. That's pretty much it for me. But Dream Chasers 2 was awesome, so I can't even front. So, anyways, episode 7. This basically is my music Saturdays. Tell me what y'all think. I know I went how long? This shit's like 26 minutes, but it's alright though. Let me know what y'all think of the video, what y'all thought of the list, the MTV list, what y'all think. Y'all think my list is okay? Who would y'all put on the list? And remember, gotta be relevant. It can't be people who ain't have no buzz, shit like that. Like I love J. Cole, he's my #1 rapper, but he had no buzz last year. So let me know what y'all think. Weigh in. And this your girl Girl 7, Thug Geek out. I'ma holler at y'all. Peace.